Well, Spurs fans. 3 losses in a row under Antonio Conte, guys. And are these two the worst we've seen? Welcome after this intro, guys. Yes, guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Guys, we are back again after a week off. Me and Matt took a week off. Busy at work. I think same with Matt. We didn't miss much, Matt. 3 losses in a row, mate. Okay, you can probably add the Chelsea one. Not as bad as these two here. Two home performances, Matt. We were hoping to pick up 6 points, and boy, did it all go wrong. Matt, co-host in the building again. Thanks for coming on, Matt. Thanks for giving up your time again, Matt. I know you've been busy, matey. You can look after the chat there, Matt. And how's it going, Matt? How's it going? And just give us your little insight. We will get into everything, but how are you feeling?
Oh, hello everyone. I suppose happy Valentine's Day. It's that day. Spurs aren't sending us the love, but I will. Yeah. I don't know, mate. I'm just sort of a bit. I try not to get too annoyed now because I'm kind of seeing what Conte has said over the last since he's come here. The level's not high, and maybe I was probably deluded or thinking we'd have a chance at top 4, but I know we're only 4 points behind, but we're nowhere near the level. Nowhere near the level compared to the other teams. And you've seen it in the last 2 games. That's the template of how you beat Tottenham. You press them and you go at their defence because these guys can't defend. It's clear to see. It's just laughable circus goals. It really is. Yesterday, anyway. But yeah. I think it's been a bad week, and only Man City next, so try not to worry, guys.
Yeah, it's what Matt said there. It's been a terrible week, guys. But before we get into it, guys, make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, guys, and make sure you share this out to all your families and friends. And guys, just make sure you drop your comments and leave your comments in there. And thanks to the guys on Facebook, all the Spurs groups in there. I've shared this show out. There's been a lot of feedback to it. I've been on it all morning, talking to various people on there. And there's various points, Matt. Conte, not happy with Conte, and not happy with players. With Daniel Levy, obviously. But it's a mixed feelings of what's gone wrong. That's what the name of the title in there. What's gone wrong since Conte and since having Dyer and Skip out, Matt. This is the and you sent me it earlier, Matt. I had it up here. Where was it? Up here somewhere. It's this here, Matt. It's this here. When Dyer and Højbjerg and Skip all started, 5 games, no goals conceded. When they don't, it's 7 games, 13 goals conceded. Matt, before we get into the first game, Southampton, that's a pretty good stat, that one, isn't it? I mean, it's scary, isn't it? And it's saying that we're missing the likes of Skip and Dyer, Matt. Unbelievable. But Matt, before we get into that, mate, do you want to welcome the ones in the chat, mate?
Yeah, Luda, missed you guys. Yeah, thank you. Jake, yes, boys. Matt, why was Spurs fans in Twitter spaces last night slagging off Conte, saying he's not good enough? Am I missing something? I think to be honest, Jake, it's hot heads last night, and a lot of frustration over all the years that this has come from. I don't think some of them quite like the fact that Conte's come out and said we're not good enough. I still think there's certain people who are still be deluded enough to think we're even close to being near the top four. Unfortunately, Conte's right, and I think it's nice to have a manager that's actually realistic and telling us how it is and telling us that our level's not good enough. And it's about time these players learn they're not good enough, because some of them have been thinking they're Champions League quality for way too long. That's my opinion on it.
Absolutely. Anyone else, Matt?
Yeah, we've got a few. Carl, hello, Carl. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Yes,
I would carry on with the time off.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you know what, Cole? Manic week last week, mate. I worked absolutely manic week. And obviously with Matt as well. Manic at work as well. So we decided not to do nothing. But yeah, that's what Matt said. He said it would have been a waste of time doing anything anyway. So probably had a good time. We probably had a good week off, Matt. But wanted to come back, guys, and just air our views, because we're getting a bit agitated now. Do you know what I mean? What's going on?
Yeah, I think it's a lot better doing it after a couple of days when it's all kind of, rather than doing it raw, because I do think sometimes you don't necessarily think what you're going to say, or sort of you just say something you might regret.
Absolutely, you calm yourself down and then you just think about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, Cole, thanks for coming in, pal.
Ryan McFarlane, do we see Conte being backed in the summer?
100%. Yeah.
Well, but I think he has to be, and but it's like I've said before. I mean, if we don't get into the Champions League or don't get into Europe, I still think we can get players that will improve us. I look at someone like James Ward-Prowse, Basuma, Lamptey. That they're not in the Champions League, and you can get those types of players. I don't necessarily want us to just keep fishing around in Serie A with all the, for these Amrabats and people like that. But I'm not Conte, so we'll see. But there'll be signings definitely. I think the clear out there'll be more of a clear out as well again. But
right. Just going back what Matt said there, I think he'll get backed, but it all depends. And when me and Matt was speaking just before we come on about Matt thinks it'll be a good thing, like come out of Europe completely. You know what I mean, and just have a free shot at it next season. And it all depends. If Champions League football, it may not get his targets he wants. But as Matt said there, the likes of James Ward-Prowse and the Bazumas of the world, and I mean these sort of players in the Premier League, you know what I mean, they can do a job for us going forward next year. So yeah, I think he'll get back, Ryan. But thanks for coming in, pal.
Yeah, I agree with you, Simon, but I don't think we're going to be seeing the big names that necessarily fans want. But we've been down the big name route, and look how far it's got us sometimes. So I just want us to be clever and actually get positions that suit Conte's formation and system, players that he wants. You look at someone like I don't know, that DJ Spence. He looks good as a right wing back. Could potentially be a good. Someone people say he's from the Championship, but I remember when Dele Alli came from the Championship and he had a good couple of seasons, didn't he? So just shows that it can work,
Anyone else?
Lee. I'm so sorry. It has to be done. We are Wolves. We are Wolves. We are Wolves. Sorry, bro.
I'll see you Wednesday, you.
Well done, Lee. Wolves played well on the day and they defended a lot better than us and deserved 3 points. Carl, I'm fine with Conte. This team has shown us what exactly he was talking about: a bunch of chokers and not enough winning mentality.
Absolutely. I think that's the biggest call in it. The winning mentality is not there, mate. It's not only since Conte's days, it's been Pochettino days, Mourinho days. I mean, the lack of winning mentality in there it's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
Neil, hi guys. Watching the last couple of Spurs games, I think your issues lies in your defence.
Neil, thanks for coming in, pal.
I think it's midfield as well, personally.
It's a mix of both, isn't it? And Hugo Lloris as well.
But Lloris saved us also about 3 times yesterday as well. I know he made howlers, but every goalkeeper does, I suppose. How many times has he saved us this season already? Do you know what I mean? I also think a potential problem. I know we love him, but I don't think Son's at the right. I really don't, and I've tried to back him. He looks.
We'll get into Son and Kane. We'll get into Son and Kane. I got a few points.
And I like Lucas Moura, but I really don't think he's good enough for where we want to go. I think he's going to have to go. He's been awful over the last 4 games.
Yeah.
Doesn't chip in with enough goals, doesn't get enough assists. Yeah, maybe he could be a squad player, but in terms of as a prolific front three, it's not.
Absolutely. Neil, thanks for coming in, pal.
Neil again, defence not good enough, missing a creative player. Everything goes to the wing backs who are not good enough.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% missing the creativity player for a couple of seasons now, Noel. And everything goes back. Our wing backs absolutely is just not good enough. Unfortunately, I did like the like of Emerson. He hasn't lived up to his name, has he? I mean, Doty is just absolute waste of space. And I don't know what's going on with Regs. He's not injured, and I don't know why he got dropped yesterday. I don't know what the stories are behind that. His face said it all on the bench. You know what I mean, it's.
Bearing in mind we got a week off as well, pretty much.
Absolutely. And I think he done the wrong sub. I think there should have been Reggie on instead of Kulavisi come on yesterday. I know he's trying to get the ball up more to Kane and Son, trying to get more.
He was trying to tighten it up. I think he was trying to tighten it up.
He should have gone with Regs, mate. And we need width yesterday. We didn't get nothing from them from the width, do we, matey? Yeah. But no, thanks for your comment there, matey.
Ryan, I really hope he does, lads. I don't care about big names. I just want to get Conte's players.
Absolutely, Ryan. You know what I mean? And if we don't end up in Champions League, it won't be Conte's number ones. But yeah, there'll be Conte style of players, how he wants to play his system. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just don't think the system Conte's planting, the players can't play it, and it's simple as that. It's just not good enough.
I don't think it's necessarily they're not trying and they're not putting effort in. I honestly just don't think players like Winks and who've had improvement. Don't get me wrong, they're not good enough for their level is their level, and they can't go anymore. Personally, I don't think it's not that they're not trying, because our running and our sprinting stats have gone through the roof, since Conte's come in. But it's clear to see now that there isn't enough quality.
Absolutely, 100%.
Carl, I would love to see a stat of how many of our own areas led to goals against. Matt, I completely agree. The midfield is an issue.
God, Jesus Christ, that stat will be horrendous.
It's going on for 3 years, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's not even just this season yet. But, unbelievable
defenders, and it just goes to show you how key he is in terms of a leader. Eric Dyer is in that.
That's spine, isn't it? I mean, I
think the good thing with Dyer, he speaks about 4 different languages, so he can speak Argentinian, so he can communicate with Romero. He can speak Portuguese. He can speak multilingual languages, but he also can have a go at people and tell people to come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frank,
on Facebook, I was talking to Frank earlier.
We need to get rid of the players that are 2 out of 3 rate our defenders are not good enough. The players that let us down, the passion has gone. We have gone so far back. We've been on the slide from the Champions League final, and that was a lifetime ago. And not all the managers are bad. So for me, it's the players. When you look at the team sheet before the game, it makes you think WTF.
Absolutely, Frank. I mean, and do you know what, right? And after these 3 defeats, right, people will just jump on that easy bandwagon of getting Levy out. It's Daniel Levy's fault. That's why we lost these 3 games. It's Daniel Levy's fault. That's what it is, Frank. This is what these people are saying. It's Levy's fault. It's nothing to do with the players. I mean, these players have been here since Poch days, Mourinho's days, Nuno's days, now Conte's days. And we're still blaming Daniel Levy for not investing enough, which I agree. He hasn't invested enough in the right times, but you can't keep blaming Daniel Levy for every single defeat.
And I don't think you can't just blame him, because if it is, on the board, he's not the only one who's on that board level. It's that Donna woman, it's Joe Lewis out in the Bahamas. One thing you say about Daniel Levy, at least he's bloody there, and
absolutely, and he's copying for the shit.
How does Joe Lewis get away with it so much?
And people say, Matt, oh no, because we're saying Enoch out. No, you call his name out. He's Joe Lewis.
Yeah,
that's the one you want to let name.
You never hear anything. It's just Levy. It's never Lewis, but Lewis is Daniel Levy. Joe Lewis is his boss. So whatever Joe Lewis says, he has to do.
Yeah.
The main problem is the one who's the main guy in charge, who lives in the Bahamas. Clear to see.
I agree with Matt there. Fair play to Daniel Levy. Okay, you know what I mean. I'm not. Don't get me wrong, saying we're like Daniel
We don't
Levy.
love him, but
Fair play
you
to him. He's
can't
in
blame
there
him
winning,
for all the
game in,
defeat.
game out.
You know,
Yeah.
we did what we did in January. I think we did okay. It wasn't brilliant, but I'd rather us buy players or not waste more money on a right wing back we don't even want, or a position that's not good
Yeah,
enough. I'd rather
absolutely.
properly scout into the into the summer. And you look at all the other teams; they didn't buy anyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man United bought no one. I mean, you look at Manchester United, how much they actually spent in that summer. They spent well over 200 million. It just shows you money doesn't prove everything. Look at it.
Absolutely.
Sancho, Varane, Ronaldo. Don Van
coaching.
Beek, who's gone on loan to Everton.
It takes coaching, Matt. As you said, it takes a good coach with the right players.
Yes.
I mean,
I think Man United are probably at our level or the similar sort of level.
I think so, Matt.
And you look at their squad compared to ours, it's ridiculous. The options they've got in terms of Wan-Bissaka, Dalot, they've got Luke Shaw, they've got Alex Telles as another left back. They've got Varane, Maguire. They've got loads of different options, even in midfield and on the wings. And Cavani and Ronaldo, so two really good, strikers who can score goals. I look at ours and it's like, well, we lose Dyer and Skip, and you can see what's happening.
That stat earlier we showed up, Matt. Yeah. It just proves it. And I don't like, Matt. I'm not a big stat man, but
no.
At the end of the day, stats don't lie, and it just says it there.
Yeah.
With them three, well, especially with them two missing in a minute. With Hoyt, I think Pierre, he thrives off them two in the team as well.
Yes.
I mean, them three, I think
you can see. I know previously, Simon, we wanted to put a more creative player in midfield. I think we tried that over the last two games. It hasn't worked.
But so you
can see why Conte has to play Skip and Højbjerg to really help that defence when it's in trouble.
Absolutely.
And it's the wing backs that he relies on to create the chances. And unfortunately, we do have Reguilon, who I think he's getting better, but we don't have that right wing backs sorted. We just don't have anyone who can do it. A Doherty shot with confidence. I mean, I do think there's a good player in there. I don't think it's going to happen at Tottenham.
Ian Robinson. Yes, Ian from work.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, we don't go in with much pressure there, do we? I mean, it's all down to them. So.
Oh, but do you know what, Ian? Let's go back to that one quickly. Ian, mate, seriously, I was saying to Matt behind me, and that's what I said, is it worth doing a
preview for the Spurs to get a result? I wouldn't. It would be typical.
But it'll be typical of Spurs.
It won't happen.
Typical. We'll turn up and get at least a point, something like that.
It won't happen.
I mean, we'll catch City off day. But yeah, big up Ian. Big up Ian.
Ryan McFarlane, the midfield is poor as we needed a 20-year-old in Skip to sort it out. Big step up needed in recruitment this summer.
Yeah, Ryan, absolutely. I was one of them in the summer. No, let's Skip stay at Norwich, and I was like, I don't think he's ready, but I think without.
I said he was.
Yeah, Matt said absolutely, he was spot on. I mean, and Skip has absolutely saved us this season. You know what I mean? Because we could have been. I don't know.
He's everywhere. Honestly, he's everywhere. He's the breath of fresh air that midfield needs, and he actually complements Højbjerg quite well, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
What I want to see is Skip and maybe a Bentancur, but whether he'll do that, what I think he might have to do is we may have to. I think we can't play the 3-4-3 anymore this season because I don't think we're good enough with our wing backs, and so I think he has to go back to
5-3-2,
3-5-2. And he has to
3-5. Yeah, 3-5.
He has to tap the midfield, so you almost have Skip, Bentancur, and Højbjerg. And I think you get Dyer back as well, and I think it could be okay.
And Ryan, for the back step of that and need of recruitment in the summer, January's it's always been a hard one, mate. And I do believe that they did try in the January. I think they did try. Luis Diaz, it wasn't our fault. He just saw Liverpool come with a bid, and he's going that way. I saw him the other night. It didn't look great. So we'll wait and see if he does produce the things. But the summer will be the key, mate. I will give my overall judgment on Conte and at the board backed him properly at the end of that transfer window in the summer.
I agree with you, Simon. I think you can judge after a couple of months. Top 943. Hello, mate. All right, Simon, Matt.
Yes,
Yeah,
top
not
nine,
bad,
four,
mate.
three.
Not too bad. Frank, thumbs up.
Yes, Frank.
Lewis out now. There you go. Finally, it's not just.
That's it. Here we go. See, here we go. That's nice to see. You know what I mean, instead of they always leave you out, the other one, Lewis, exactly.
Top 943. We wasted money on Emerson. 20 mil for what? He is useless.
Yeah, I can probably agree with you now, mate. At first,
yeah.
I was like, do you know what? It could be all right. Give him time. He's young. Give him time. But
I think he's more of a well. I mean, when we bought him, it was under Nuno, wasn't it? So it was a Nuno signing as a defensive right back.
Yeah.
So he's not a right wing back. So in fairness to him, he's 20 years. Wow, I can't remember how old he is. 22.
21, 22, something like yeah.
He's in a completely different country. Probably doesn't speak the language. And he's never played right. And he's never played right wing back. It's stupid, isn't it, man? Why do we buy these players? Like when we bought Doherty, who thought this playing right back when he played right wing back for Wolves his whole career? I don't understand. And then we've done it with Emerson as well. But maybe they thought Nuno was going to last a lot longer, and then they didn't have to bring in Conte. So you can't always predict the future, can you? So
absolutely.
Frank, do you both think we can get top four?
Well, we'll get into that. That's one of the questions. Frank, we'll get back to that one, matey. Yes, Paul.
Mr. Funny Man, here he comes. We need patience, lads. I'm happy with Conte's interview saying we need time. I think that means he is here to stick around. 2 years from now, we will be a different team.
Could be if the right backing.
Yeah, he only sticks around if he gets backed. There's no doubt about that. But I think the club aren't going to be stupid. I think they know that they need to put a lot of work in.
Yeah. And I think they started it in January. And I really do. I think they started in January. They got rid of some like Deadwood. Yeah. I think that's the start. And I
think, Simon, this is going to be very similar to, like, I remember when Poch first came and he had his first season and he lost to the likes of West Brom at home, Newcastle, Southampton.
I went back to them.
Yeah. And then fans were like, you need to change the formation. And he stuck to his guns and he went, no, I want to teach my style. And if my style means I've got to get rid of players that won't fit it, then we'll do it in the summer.
Yeah.
I think that'll be the case in the summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it'll be very similar. And then I think we'll see difference. Top 943, we won't be a different team. It's not just the players, it's the whole club, which is the problem.
Yeah, it's obviously it's the ownership at the minute. I mean, but the players, listen to top 943. The last 3 games, you can't really blame Daniel Levy, the club, the board, for going out there and performing like they have, mate. They're performing like they. Yesterday we didn't score a goal. Okay, we had some few chances, but we didn't we're getting nowhere near. It was pathetic.
I think the closest chance, Kane had one save, didn't he? And I think Kuleveski was a bit unlucky. Yeah. He was literally inches wide. I thought it was quite a reasonable effort, to be fair, on the volley. Yeah. Neil, I think United have bigger issues than Spurs. Both have top managers as coaches, but the blame has to lie with the players who are not performing. And it's like I've said, United have got a hell of a squad. They should easily be getting that top 4. Compared to West Ham and Arsenal, they should be there.
I just disagree with Neil one thing. Spurs have got a top coach, but Rangnick's not a coach for me, and Neil is a director of football. And to be fair to him, he's getting a lot of flack, and I don't think he's used to being a coach like he's at a big club.
It's not a team at United, is it? It's a bunch of individuals.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think at Spurs, you have seen a bit of team unity. Like they are trying, but we don't have the quality that United have in terms of depth and options. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
Absolutely, man.
Jake, Paul, how's the weather? Jake knows.
We got we go. See Jake's on the ball. How's the weather, Paul? We've got to ask him.
He's going to wind me up. Actually, to be fair, it's sunny where I am. So
I am. It's sunny here as well, mate. It's sunny, so yeah.
I mean, it's not 30 degrees, but
no, it's about flipping +5, was it?
Tony Ward. Carl, Reggie will be back at Madrid by next season. I'm telling you right now, we will beat City.
Wow, go on, Cole.
Carl, you're on the laugh, mate. But I do think that Reguilon stuff is picking up pace because apparently we're back to the Bernabeu, and Yeah, I mean, it will be
The
difficult.
likes,
It's not only you'll have to buy a right wing back, you have to buy a left wing back.
Absolutely. And the hints of that is going on at the minute. I mean, yeah. So
There's
Reggie, I
options
think
out there. There's options out there, isn't there? So,
but Cole, I'm with you, mate. I wouldn't put it past us seriously going against all odds, mate, and getting some sort of result against City. It's the Spurs, isn't it? It's the Spurs at the end of the day.
we're going to. No, we are getting smoked. I might watch the first 20 minutes, watch Davinson Sanchez fall on his ass, and then it's game over.
Oh dear.
Brandon Robertson up the Chelsea champions of London.
Oh, shut up, you as well, Ian.
Well done, and obviously they are the best club in London, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but come on, you beat a flipping bunch of flipping no ones and that. That's like the Community Shield, Brandon. No one cares about the World Cup.
It's like the Europa Conference League. Who cares about that?
That's it. It's like the Conference League, that trophy. You know what I mean? Stop. Just pipe it down there, lad. Just pipe it down.
Jake's but boys, Spurs will beat City and Liverpool back in the title race. Full faith. Come on, you Spurs. Oh, Jake, I bloody hope so. But I honestly, mate, I can't see it. But no, I think Liverpool have a sniff now. They can go on a run. I mean, they're only 9 points behind, aren't they?
That's it.
Top 943, no chance. Derek's but good afternoon, Simon, Matt. Yeah, hello, Derek, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Let's go, pal.
Jake's but apparently Brendan Rodgers has been sacked. I haven't heard that. Be interesting. I thought Leicester played quite well yesterday. I think West Ham got away with one, and that was a handball for their handball. I can't understand how that's not handball. Carl's put, I agree, gents, not worth hitting the alarm bells just yet. This was always going to be a transition. Yeah,
absolutely. Carl, as what I said, and Matt's agreed as well. Wait till the end of the summer and let's see. And then we can say, okay, he wasn't back. He's not back. I say it. That's it. Enough's enough. But I think, as what Matt says, I think the penny's dropped. But then he knows he has to do something now. It's something quick. And I think by the summer, I think we will have some sort of cash injection from somewhere, an investment, naming rights. So to forget that, guys, there will be some sort of.
And I think there will be players sold as well, which will bring money in. You know, I do believe the Ndombele situation will be sorted out.
Right, any more there, Matt? Before we get,
we've got a few, mate. Yeah, Derek Bentoncourt is a start. I think is a starter. Maybe I think he's a good player.
It's probably the best we got, Derek.
Yeah,
Skippy and he's probably around the best.
He's good, mate. Honestly, he's so good on the ball.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's been dragged into this losing team at the minute, and he's looking a bad player at the minute. You know what I mean? People call his name out. You know what I mean?
The ability in him. You can see it, like the way he's on the ball. I've seen more than from him than I saw from Ndombele or Lo Celso.
Absolutely.
It's funny what them two have done in a different league, isn't it? I mean, I watched Ndombele the other night. Absolutely.
It's both of them. Kulusevski's done 100 starts for Juve. Bentoncourt's done 200 starts. I mean, so they're no mugs. You know what I mean, these players. You don't just get gained for nothing at Juve. You know what I mean? So there's got to be some sort of good players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So any more, Matt?
There is something that the world wants you to know. The best in the world comes from Mexico. Number 9, give him the ball and he will score. Si, senor, give the ball to Raul and he will score.
Right. Okay.
Did Roma win last night, Hyper? Can't remember.
I don't know.
I know you're a Wolves fan as well. Bloody hell. Can't keep up with him. Richard Evans, hello boys. You are early birds these days. Absolutely cheesed off with Spurs the last few years, and Conte will walk soon.
Wow. Afternoon, Rich. Yes, it's obviously Valentine's Day. Matt's probably got something going out or saying. So I'm not a big fan of Valentine. I don't do it. That was in my younger days. I'm too old for that. Now it's, as I say, it's another day. But Matt probably got something planned with his other half. So I respect that, and we get an afternoon one, which I prefer this. I mean,
that's quite nice. I feel a lot fresher. I don't know why.
It's some evenings where I'm flipping. I'm actually my flipping eyes are going on flipping nothing off here. I mean, it's late at night, so it's good. But Richard, thank you, pal. And for you saying Conte will walk soon, I don't think so, pal. I really, really don't think so.
I think the thing is with that, I think he would look like an idiot if he walked now, or walked to the end of the season, because he's got a contract to abide by, right, with an option with another year extension, which is up to him, obviously. But I think he's just going to wait till the summer. I think he knew the job he was coming into because he come out and said the level of Tottenham is not high. He'll know that, and he'll want to fix it and prove that he is a great manager. So as long as the club stick with him and back him, I think he'll stay.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, pal.
Neil, totally agree with that comment about a team of individuals. Are you talking about United?
Absolutely.
Richard, beat City. Lol, there's more chance of Mrs. Evans putting on an Annie Summers gear on for me later.
Oh, come on, Mrs. Evans. Give Richard some. Bring Lips some love tonight. Come on, give him some love.
Yeah.
Oh, big up, Richard.
Top 943. I'm with you, Matt. City will murder us.
Okay, we'll see on this. We'll see.
I mean, I think we could nick a goal, but I don't know.
Hopefully, if Dyer's back. I mean, and that's that'll be a plus for us.
He should be, because he's been posting on his Instagram about doing glute exercises and stuff like that. So yeah. I mean, he must be there nearly.
I don't know what's wrong with Skip lately, Matt.
Well, apparently he had a groin injury or something like that, and then apparently it got some form of infection, so it's putting his rehab back a little bit. But I don't know. Hopefully he'll be back for City. If definitely not, he'll be back for Burnley or Leeds. So
there we go, then. There we go.
Yeah. Ashley Reed, it's the players, defenders making errors, leading to goals, midfield getting overrun, teams going forward, looking like they're going to score on every attack, passes going astray, lacking confidence, winning mentality gone, and you can't buy that all. So frustrating.
Absolutely, Ashley. I totally agree. The players can't get the ball to the midfield to link up attack. You know what I mean? And it's basic football. It's basic getting the ball from the back, get it to your midfield and link up to attack. It's just absolutely disgraceful at the minute. We ain't got the players at the back. I can see where Ashley's coming from. And I've always said it. The winning mentality, mate, it's not just been there now. It's been there for years, mate. It's not been there. We've been soft at the core for so long, Ashley. Yeah. And I think Conte wants to. I think Conte's the man to bring that winning mentality. He's got that. He's got that in him, and I think he's got that aggression in him as well. And I think that will rub off on the players. I think he just needs the right type of players to play his style, to listen to him. And I mean, so I think he's trying to get rid of all the bad eggs. I think there's still a couple of bad eggs in there.
Yeah, I think we've just come up against. I don't want to call Southampton or Wolves better, but in terms of their players in midfield and. You know, they're drilled better and they've learned to play with their managers a lot longer. Like, if you think about Bruno Lage, he's had the whole pre-season to kind of get him used to his system and stuff like that. And Ralph Hasenhüttl has been Southampton manager for a couple of years now, and they go through these sort of stages. And, you know, I mean, you look at how they played at Man United as well. They were a good team. And, you know, obviously we expect more, but sometimes you just have to say these teams are better than us at this moment in time. And you look at Wolves midfield; they've got Neves, and they didn't even have Martinho yesterday. But that midfield's better than ours already, isn't it?
And it's worrying that Arsenal go away to Wolves and get a result as well. That's the worrying thing as well. So that just shows us that we are where we are at the minute. I mean, it's worrying.
Looking at it, obviously we've still got our games in hand, but I don't really want to say about that. But West Ham don't look fantastic. We're 4 points behind them, and we've been shit.
Yeah, that is the only saving grace. West Ham have been slipping up as well. I mean, that's the only saving grace.
Most things have. I mean, most of the results went our way, apart from the Arsenal game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crocodile, to summarise the 2-hour stream you'll have for you, the reason is the squad is pony. You can thank me later.
Yeah, I'd just like to go in a bit more in depth. Crocodiles. We know the squad's not good enough. We can send the screen now, but I like to get other people's views on it. You know what I mean? And other people's opinions on it. And I think it's more than just the squad is it's pony. I mean, that's the word you put there. I think it's more about it, mate. I mean, I think winning mentality absolutely across the board. Is it Conte's fault, or is it Levy's fault, or is it ball? I mean, it's just loads of other factors. So I like to get other opinions from other fans. So thanks for coming in, pal.
We've got quite a few, mate, to go through. I'm so jealous of Chelsea fans. I remember them in school in the 80s. They were in the second division.
Richard, just let him pipe. Just let him
But it
pipe.
just shows you how quick it can change. It can change, you know. So
absolutely. I'll tell you now, Richard. I'm telling you now, right? It's only they've got to thank Roman Abramovich for this. I mean, fair play. He's put his money where his mouth is, right? If it wasn't for Roman Abramovich, I would love to see where they are now. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. I mean, money talks at the end there. When people say money don't talk, money bloody talks. You know what I mean? We can tomorrow get sold and rich owners come in. The tide will turn in the summer. Spurs will start buying big players and winning big again.
But also, you know, saying that, Simon, you could get a new owner and you could screw us over. So you kind of got to be careful what you wish for in certain that. You need to make sure it's the right person.
Yeah.
You know, I look at someone like who Arsenal got, and that's Stan Kroenke. He just cares more about his NFL team, who obviously won the Super Bowl last night.
Super Bowl, which the Arsenal fans, some of the Arsenal fans are now saying he's doing it the right way and the right thing at the minute. And Jesus, I'll let them waffle.
Yeah. Hyper number 9. I'm not doing this.
Just let's get rid of that one. Yeah, this guy's a bit flipping.
9 behind with a game in hand. To be fair, you would have never have thought you would have won on the opening day.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
But then I think
we caught City on
the first game of the season, though.
Yeah,
you've got a chance because they're not in that zone yet. I think it's better to play them early than later in the season. Anyway.
Absolutely, they didn't have a pre-season really, did they?
No, and a lot of their players been in the Euros, haven't they? A few of them. Carl, exactly, Jake. We turned up opening day with Nuno and 1. I'm keeping my deluded faith. Well, I like your optimism, but
that's it, Carl. We'll come back on this, mate. We'll come back in there.
Top 9-4-3. We need to bring in quality, not dross, like we have been buying.
I don't think these two have been drosh. Okay, the signs before this. Okay, you could probably say that, but I think these two lads who come from Juve, they don't play 300 games between for Juve. These two are no mugs. You know what I mean?
I think we have to be patient as well. It's only been 2 or 3 games, and these two lads have come in when we've been on a right downward run at the moment, isn't it? So, I mean, I thought Kulu had a few good touches yesterday, and he looks quite, better on the ball than he did the previous games, I'd say. So, and he nearly scored. I mean, it was a good effort, and Bentancur, our midfield was just too overrun. He needs helpers in there with him, but you can see the quality on the way he gets the ball and drives, and he can pick a pass.
Very good feet. Very good feet. He knows what he wants to do, but he ain't got players playing against him at the minute, mate. You know what I mean?
Side answer. Big up, lads.
Yes, pal.
Darst, I agree. 0 chance of the coach walking right after he got the job, with no chance to revamp the squad. Yeah,
it's too early. I really do. I think
he wants to get to the summer and he wants to see what we're going to do. And go, right, I'm going to prove all you lot wrong.
Yeah,
he's that type of manager.
Yeah, he's a winner.
What's there more chance of Mbappe to Spurs or Spurs to beat City, Simon? Probably Spurs to beat City.
Spurs to beat City, never. Mbappe's already said never to Spurs. Well, I think not just Spurs. I think Premier League. I don't think he wants to come to the Premier. I think he's more a broad man. I think he'll end up.
His heart's set on Real Madrid, isn't he? I think.
Of course, yes. But I think City. I think it's a bit of a silly one there, Jake.
Darst, do you think with Dyer back there will be less mistakes at the back?
100%. He calms it down.
He's
at the
leader.
back.
He will have a go at you. Especially he barks at Sanchez when he doesn't pull his weight or doesn't,
It's strange. I've been saying this about Dyer. You know what I mean? Because we have slagged him off.
Yeah.
But he's proved us wrong yet again. He's come back and he's
no coincidence. The last 3 coaches have wanted him in the starting, at centre back role. Nuno, Mourinho, Mason as well, and so it's 4, isn't it? And then Conte's 5. So, I mean, what you get with Dyer back is you can kick bloody Davinson Sanchez out because you put Romero on that right side, Dyer in the middle. And then probably Davies or Rodon, who can play on the left because he did it for Swansea.
Senior players are kicking up a stink apparently in training.
Well, he did it for Swansea. He played left centre back under Graham Potter.
Yeah. I mean, so.
Top 9-4-3. Why aren't we going for players like Ward-Prowse? Great player.
Look, mate, maybe in the summer we'll probably go for someone like this. Maybe not January.
Though. He will be expensive. He would be
In
60
the summer,
million.
I think the summer will be a bit cheaper. January would have been a no-go. I don't want 50 million quid in January. You know what I
No
mean?
one's going to sell their best players. No,
No.
one sells in January. The only ones you get in January are the ones who don't kind of who are good players but aren't necessarily wanted in that squad anymore.
Absolutely.
Richard, I thought the Spurs defence were a complete shambles yesterday, and they all need to go bar Romero and Dyer. Also think we have got a gem in Bentancur.
Yeah, 100%. I've given up now on Davinson Sanchez. I thought he was turning the corner a bit. I thought, wait on, he's
always in there, mate. I think they have to have Dyer in there for him to play any, just keep his focus. But yeah, I'd rather see Rhodes in now. To be honest, I can't see him doing any worse.
Has Matt gone there?
Hello,
Matt, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Go on, mate. Sorry, mate.
Hi, Abramovich. No, I'm not reading that. Right, this is getting boring now. Danny, seriously, if anyone still thinks we're getting top 4 after losing to City next week, which will be 4 losses in a row, yeah, that's really going to get you top 4, losing 4 games in a row. We'll be lucky to get top 6.
Me personally, Dad, I think after them 2 performances, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. It's
personally,
it's over the hill, but that 2 games in hand, I'm clinging on to that. I really am, because as what Matt said, West Ham were 4 points only behind West Ham. Well, we're playing awful. You know what I mean? So then 2 games in hand, we win it. I mean, and I think we can hit the top 4. I really can. But it all depends, mate. It really all depends.
As long as you have Dyer and Sanchez, you were going nowhere.
All right, cool.
Darren D, afternoon lads. Would you bring in Rhodes and Sanchez? Easy. I think Rhodes deserves a shot now. I really do.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that, Darren. Thanks for coming in, pal. And
he can't be as clueless as Davinson sat in terms of watching the ball or just doing silly. I think there was an occasion they showed on Match of the Day. I don't know if you saw it, Simon, and Jermaine Jr. Davinson Sanchez, it gets played to him out from the back. Podence is 17 yards away from him. All he's got to do, nice touch out of his feet, out to the wing back. Heavy touch, Podence bounces on him. It's just shocking, mate. You can't have that as a professional footballer.
No, he's not very good on the floor, is he? Davinson Sanchez is awful.
Richard Evans, the Davinson Sanchez clearance yesterday reminded me of that Peter Kay advert. Have it.
That's it.
Oh, God. Maybe Conte will finish 8th to avoid Conference League qualifications, play less games and focus on the Carabao Cup.
Oh, this guy just...
Rodon is better than Dyer and Sanchez. Well, I don't think he's better than Dyer, but I think he's better than Sanchez.
Absolutely. He's got an agenda in it, this guy.
Carl, Southampton won't like selling to us.
No, that's a point as well, Cole. I mean, I think they don't like dealing with Daniel Levy, so that's a good point.
Wish we kept Carl Walker-Peters though. Paul Allen, after Sanchez needs Dyer and Højbjerg needs Skip. Who'd have thought that last season? Winks ain't good enough and needs to be moved on.
Absolutely, yeah. Winks is just exactly the same, just bundles of energy. Just runs in brick walls. I mean, doesn't move that ball quick enough. I mean, it's always backwards again. Gone backwards again. That passing sideways.
Yeah,
he's not looking to create and move that ball forward to the attackers. I mean, so yeah, I think he's fallen into that little Winksy trap again. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I do agree with that. Skip, Pierre misses Skip and Sanchez misses Dyer.
Yeah. Ryan Ward-Prowse just signed a 5-year deal. He ain't leaving the Saints.
Yeah, I don't think he'll end up at Spurs in summer. I think there'll be other options what Conte wants, but he's definitely. But look at Trippier, 2 free kicks, 2 wins for Newcastle, and then he goes breaks his foot. So How's your luck?
I know, yeah. Jake, Arsenal are terrible, and it's in their hands.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Arsenal stole their best striker. You know what I mean? Still got our best striker, and we still.
I think one thing you can say with Arsenal. I think one thing you say with Arsenal, they do look better defensively with that pairing of Gabriel and Ben White.
Absolutely.
And then they've got Tierney, who's a very good left wing back / left back, and obviously I don't know if Tommy Asu's playing at the moment, but obviously he's pretty good as well.
Absolutely. Anyone in there?
Well, I'm not deluded. They still have, but I don't think they have enough firepower. That's my personal opinion. But I do think they've got an okay defence. When is Dyer and Skip back? We need them back ASAP. We don't know. I think Dyer this week, but I'm not sure about Skip.
I've seen a couple of videos and a couple of pictures and photos of Dyer. It looks like he's ready. I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's just rehabbing to stop it happening again.
I think Conte just didn't want to risk him the last couple of games. I think he's looking at that Man City game.
It's not Conte who gets the final decision. It will be his medical staff that will say, look, you could play him, maybe, but there is a 60% chance that his glute or whatever he's done again could go again, and then you're out. You're without him for about 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Is it worth that risk? Probably not.
Absolutely not.
Darren D, top 4 isn't over. All the contenders have bad form in them.
Absolutely. I totally agree with Darren. I totally agree with where he's trying to come from there. Totally agree. All these teams, United, Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham, they've all got bad form in them. And I'll tell you now, Arsenal will go on a bad run, 100%. Seriously. They won't continue this little winning streak they're going on. West Ham, they still got losers in them. United, I think and I forgot what the next game was, but I think that's quite a tricky one. It's Leeds away. I mean that's no.
United have got Brighton tomorrow.
Oh, Brighton tomorrow, and then Spurs. We go. Look at us. So I think Darren's right there.
There's twists and turns, but I don't know. I think these.
There's going to be massive twists and turns at the end of the season.
Yeah,
I'm telling you now.
It just seems like when these players get a bad loss or something like that, they all just go in their shell, and they don't have that mentality to go again. I've seen it too many times.
Absolutely.
Darcers, but I'm surprised they took out Reg and Emerson for the game. Were you guys, or did you prefer the swap? I mean, I knew Emerson wasn't playing. I thought Doherty would come in. He had to. Emerson had been shocking. But I was surprised to not see Reggie on.
Session, mate, he is toilet. That guy, I don't care. That guy... I don't care. He's had chances after chances. It just doesn't. It doesn't look like he's going to do anything. And okay,
he doesn't really take his man on, does he? But I mean,
what do you do in that 26 minutes, Matt? What do you do in that 26 minutes? He done
nothing. What did our whole team do?
But I'm saying with Reggie on, at least he will add 1 or 2 or 3 attacks, maybe. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what you can get with Reg. Session, you just don't see nothing.
Maybe in it. if you get these if these rumours that he wants to go back to Madrid, I don't know, mate. I mean, maybe as Conte found out about this and thinking, fucking hell.
Fair enough. If Regs want to go, Regs won't go. It's not end of the world. We'll get someone else in. And I think there is maybe I wouldn't say better players, but players up to his ability. Not Session though. Not a chance. No. He's still got to go out and go and get someone. With that, but yeah,
I don't know. Just seems we're cursed when we sign these good players who have been good for other clubs. Yeah. No, I look at Doherty, Sessegnon. Yeah. They were really good for Fulham. He played left wing back / left mid, and then Doherty right wing, and they're just shit.
Tunji the other night for Leon.
Yeah. Oh, Gio as well against. He had a good game for Villarreal, didn't he as well?
Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable.
Top number 3, money talks, Carl. Matthew.
Yes, mate.
Right, boys, we now have something in common. Both teams had terrible performances this weekend.
Leeds. Leeds.
Okay.
Had Leeds gone again? They lost to Everton at
3-0. Yeah.
But I'll back you against United at the weekend. I think you'll win them. Seriously. You get a result there,
and they'll give us a game as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Carl, I actually like Dyer, and he works hard and has listened to Conte's advice. That is all you can ask for.
Yeah, he's doing the basic right. He's gone back to basics, isn't it, Eric Dyer? And he's not bad on the ball now. I think he's improved when he gets the ball. He looks out now for players instead of just spoofing ball. I mean, so he looks to play from the back. Yeah, I think he's improved.
Looks like Arsenal are going to finish inside top 4 as things look now. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Simon Stevens, Simon, it's no coincidence that we've been struggling and looking shaky since Dyer has been out injured.
Yeah, 100%, Simon. It's what I've been talking about. Dyer, it's a massive miss. And
I think teams have worked it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially the last 2. Richard, I'm off, lads. Going to splash the brute on, ready for a heavy night with Mrs. Evans. See you soon. Love the great work you do for us fans. I'll have a great night, Richard.
Yes, Rich. Go have a fantastic night, mate. Nice one. Thanks for your support.
Let's hope the missus gets the old Ann Summers gear on later for you, Sam.
Go on, lad. Get the steak out.
Go on, Mrs. Evans.
Hey.
Hyper. Dyer is an illusion. I don't think he is any. I am serious. No agenda.
He's an agenda. He's got an agenda, this guy, man.
Look at the stats when we don't have Dyer in the team. Then come back to me.
Yeah.
Maybe so, Hyper, but Dyer and Ramiro at this moment in time is the best we have.
Absolutely.
I agree. Dyer still has a Rick in him. People forget that. Even if you had Dyer, you have no midfield. You sold all your midfielders in a crazy move from Levy.
It's not a crazy move, Hyper. No, I mean, this is coming from a Tottenham fan who was supporting Mourinho when he's at the club. You know, this guy's a bit deluded. You're you're deluded, mate.
But we do have a midfield. We have Bentancur, we have Skip, we have Højbjerg, and we have Winks. That's 4 midfielders. And we've got Harvey White.
We got rid of the players who was bad eggs in the team.
We weren't doing anything. They weren't any use. They were just sitting on the bench.
Absolutely.
We're clearing the wages ready for the summer. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Carl, it will do the team some good being away. I think he says, I actually think it will do the team some good being away.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe having a complete week. Man City got Champions League game, haven't they? Is it Wednesday?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's Champions League.
Maybe there'll be changes against us, but I mean, I still think their second team's better than our first. Hypers, but Ramiro is a good centre back. He's young, strong. He can become a good player for the next 10 years.
Oh, bloody hell, he said something right.
Simon, although Sessegnon only played for 26 minutes, he's going to have a knock, so he misses the next game like always.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's always a knock, isn't it? Yeah, it always go for our previews. Always this guy's had a knock.
Yeah.
He's useless. Absolutely. Yeah, I know.
Top 9 for free. I didn't rate Sess when we bought him in. He's average at best. So
yeah, 100%. I think that's a waste of money. That
you can't compare Fulham to Tottenham.
So, not a chance.
And Simon's replied to Hyper: the midfielders we sold and loaned didn't get a sniff in the first team and never did anything when they came on. Been like that with those guys for 2 or 3 seasons now. We are no worse off.
Absolutely, Simon. You tell him. 100% spot on.
Ashley Reed. Hello, Ashley. Has Conte said why Roden hasn't been given a chance? Looks solid when on international duty.
No, I know nothing, Ashley. Well,
I know Roden's been a bit unlucky in certain aspects for cup games and things like that. He's picked up, I think he done his hip or he broke his rib or something like that, so he couldn't play. And apparently against Morecambe, he carried on playing through an injury, or he wanted to carry on through his injury. So I do think he's been unlucky, but I do think he should get a shot soon. And I think Conte's even said, maybe, I need to reassess. I mean, he said it in his interview when I read it through Alistair Gold's page, where he was like, maybe I need to reevaluate, So I don't know. We'll see.
Absolutely.
Tottenham for free. At Tottenham, there's more expectancy to do well, not so at Fulham. Darren D, do you think Spurs are missing a proper captain to control the team? It can't be Kane or Lloris as captain.
Yeah, maybe so.
You know what? I don't even think it's a captain. I just think we need more leaders on the pitch.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a captain to shout at someone. Eric Dyer is a prime example. He organises the back line and he tells people, where to go. We need more players like that who are going to shout at. I look at the 2 goals. You need someone in that midfield or someone who's shouting, saying, "Winks, fucking go and press Ward-Prowse before he whips that ball in." I mean, how much time do you want to give the best, potential player at crossing the ball in? And then they did it with Neves. They just let him shoot. You need someone. I believe Eric Dyer was in that back line. He would have got someone to go out there and they would have shut him down.
100%.
Somehow you made your squad weaker during the window. Unreal. Ignacio? Jose? I'll call him Jose.
Yeah.
As a business, for gain and profits only, the owners don't give a FUCK about the club. So why does Levy go to the games?
I just think, me personally, Pal, I think you are correct. It's probably is being run as a business on Joe Lewis terms. Joe Lewis is a business
football club, a business though. If you think about it, Simon.
But Daniel Levy, I truly believe that he does want the best for the club. You know what I mean? He hasn't got the full control, has he? He's still got to go back to Joe Lewis about what can we spend and things like this. So Daniel Levy, fair play to him. I've got to take me out of him. He's there, game in, game out. I mean, he can take the easy option and not go to no more games because all the flack he gets. You know what I mean? But he's there taking the flack, game in, game out. So fair play to him on that. I just don't believe he hasn't got the full control over everything. You know what I mean? I still think he wants the best for the club.
Yeah. I think we're starting to see a change. I think Hitchin's gone now, whether we think that's the right move or not. There's certain things that are happening in that boardroom level where they're like, shit, this is not good enough. We need to rip this apart. We need to change this completely. And I think they're starting to. I mean, you're seeing a lot of people leaving now who haven't been up to the job.
Absolutely. I mean, this is probably start of something new for the summer. As Matt said, we're clearing the decks.
Darren D, to be fair, Dyer isn't all that, but starts in this squad, needs replacing too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Darren. I'm not saying he's up there with the best defenders in the world or things like that, but he does a job and he's the best probably what we got
in a back 4, he's shocking.
Yeah.
But I think in a back 3, I don't know what it is, it suits him. Because I think where he used to be a midfielder, he's very comfortable at bringing the ball out from the back and playing it forward. And he's very good if you can keep it simple at just heading the ball out. He always is there. But it's his actual, if he gets turned and he gets run at, he has problems. But, that's why you've got Romero and maybe someone like Rodon or Sanchez with that 2 different types of pace. And Dyer can read the middle to stop the danger in the box.
That's it.
Hyper, we didn't make ourselves that much stronger, which is frustrating, but we didn't weaken ourselves by selling players that were about as good as Dodos.
Absolutely.
Harry's put, all right, fellas, come on. Yeah. Well done. Good result against Wolves, but
long time no see, Harry.
Yeah. It's funny how he comes in the woodwork when they start winning again, isn't it? But Darren D, City and Chelsea are the only clubs who put football glory first, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And people say, "Oh, that's the oil money. They're chucking out." You know what I mean? Oh, they're only buying trophies. I'd rather buy trophies.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you have all that money. You still have to have a good plan. And City have got it spot on.
But still, though, Matt, they've gone out. They've made mistakes. They're bullshit players, but they've gone out.
Over the years as well.
Over the years, that's what I'm saying. But they've brought the best of the best, Matt, and they've backed their managers.
Yeah.
And I mean, to the hill. I mean, and it shows they've won top trophies. They've won everything.
Can I be honest? I remember when Pep Guardiola came in for his first ever season at the Premier League, and we beat him twice. I think that season, and I think he finished 4th or 5th, and he didn't do well in his first season, and then he got backed in the summer, and then he built a squad and he went again.
Yeah.
We've got a manager at that calibre. If we can rebuild and go and bring in players that he wants, we will go again.
I hate supporters, Matt, when they say, I don't want the oil money. I want it to done it the proper way.
Oh, do
what's
it
the
now.
proper way? What is the proper way? I mean, there's no proper way. There's no more proper way no more. It's spending big, absolutely big dollars.
I mean, you've seen it over this week. Football is about money. You know, I look at the Zuma situation. You know, what a ridiculous thing a horrible thing that he's done. And he's not, I mean, he's pretty much been played so they can get into the top 4. And that's money. That's where football's at the moment, mate. It doesn't matter, you know, what you do, you know, as a person, Zuma, you know, horrible human being, and pretty much West Ham are condoning it, in my eyes.
Absolutely.
Dele in his best form, Lo Celso and Ndombele, these players in their best form. Don't tell me those players couldn't help Tottenham from now to the rest of the season. They could be useful. The difference is, Hyper, they're not in their best form for Tottenham, as much as a lot of our other players aren't. They need to move on and get a new lease of life. You know, Dele looks good for Everton because he's got less pressure, but he's coming off the bench there. And Ndombele does not suit the Premier League.
I'm saying. He's not starting at Everton. If he was that good, of a footballer, Dele Alli, which we know he is, right? He's gone to Everton. He's still on the flipping bench. That's telling you that even Frank Lampard doesn't trust him at the minute to start off.
I mean, Donny van der Beek, he's in the starting 11.
Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
And then, you know, and Lo Celso and Ndombele, unfortunately, they've got talent. They don't suit the Premier League. They can't hack the intensity and they can't hack the physicality of it because they get injured or they get knocks or they don't have enough fitness. And Ndombele is more suited to a slower paced league like the French league. He'll dominate it all day long. And someone like PSG, if Lyon aren't going to pay the money, will come in and they'll pay the 50, 60 million. And then we've got our money back, or near it anyway.
Absolutely.
So, you know, Harry had to show up at some point. To be fair, lads, winning against Wolves isn't for everyone. Well, I mean, we did beat them. We've beaten them twice this season, in fairness.
Winning against City. Beating City is not for everyone. So there we go.
That is true.
You got hammered 5-0. We beat them 1-0. So here we go, Harry. Go on, come on.
Last comment, finally. Carl Piper, but they were not doing that for us. They spent their whole time sulking and causing issues within the squad. Can't agree more. Let's move on from those 3 players.
Right, Matt. I think for all the questions I've got down here, Matt, I think we've covered the majority of them. Let's quickly just move on to this. Yeah, seriously. I answered every single list question, so I didn't have to bring one. But the Wolves defeat, Matt, what went wrong? What went wrong, Matt, was this. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
It's laughable.
The ball's there. Lloris has done a fumbler. I don't know what he's doing anyway.
Yeah.
Right? 3 players here. Yeah. Trying to mark these 5 here. You know what I mean? And these 3, look at these 5 here. Just looking. Absolutely looking at the ball. Absolutely disgraced.
I actually don't think Doherty's in a bad position, actually. He's in the right sort of position because he's tracking Semedo's run, who's on that side.
Yeah.
The problem we've got, I mean, Bentancur's in the box. He's new to the league and new to Conte. But these 5 here, Winks, Moura.
This is Bentancur, is it? Is this Bentancur here, is he?
He's in the middle with the gloves. I don't know if you can see him.
This one here with this arrow. I'm circling now. Can you see it? I'm circling him.
No, well, there's no circle on here, mate.
No, with the arrow. Can you see the arrow on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. The arrow's there. The arrow's at this man here.
Yeah. If you can see where the referee is.
Yeah. Oh, he's here. Yeah.
He's literally parallel with him.
Yeah.
In the box.
Yeah.
He's in the right position for a midfield. Well, sort of, anyway. But these 5 here, Kane, I think it's Winks, Moura, Davinson Sanchez, and I don't know the other one was. That is laughable, mate. That is shocking.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that whole team yesterday, even in our pressing game, it was lazy. It was laughable. And I love Heung-min Son, as you know, but he was very questionable since he's come back. And it seems like ever since that contract, I don't know, something doesn't seem right with Son. He's not going at players anymore. His touch is off. He's not. I mean, he went through 1-on-1 yesterday. And he cut back inside. Fucking hit it in the other corner.
The question I'll put to you and the guys who are still in the chat, that going into the summer, would you sell Harry Kane and Heung-min Son and start all over again? At the age they are, they're 29, 28s. Will you really think about getting the money in now in the summer and just literally, if it is a rebuild, let's start a complete rebuild. Freshen up the squad.
I don't think Kane's the problem, but I actually think he's put in shifts and he's trying.
No, Kane's been. I'm not saying Kane's form, Matt. I'm actually spot on with Kane. Son's been terrible.
I think I'd be more inclined to sell Son because I don't think he's a left winger. You can clearly see that. The only way he works, or you're going to get Kane and Son back together again, is to go with that 3-5-2 and play them. Son's a striker. I don't care what anyone says. He's a striker or centre forward, or I don't think he's a left winger because he never goes past people. And when the play
cuts in, just cuts in, Matt. Cuts in and just drives at people.
He needs to play up front, and I think that's the problem why we can't get another striker because Son wants to play up front as well.
I still say we got rid of a player in Brian Hill. I don't think we should get rid of him. I really, really don't. I think we should give him game time. I think we should be patient with him and just kept starting him for 2 or 3 games solid.
Potentially,
I'm telling you now. I'll tell you now, Matt. I think he would done. I think that done a well of good. Yeah. I really do.
I'm more thinking sell Lucas Moura, but I don't know what he does. Well,
yeah, I just think he
drives forward, but he'll have a good game, Simon, and then it's 10 slow ones or 20 games where he doesn't go without a goal.
For me, the Bergwijns, the Mouras.
I think Bergwijn deserves a shout over Moura. He's been better. Bergwijn, you look at game-to-game consistency. He won us the game against Leicester. He scored against West Ham in the Carabao Cup and got us through to the next round.
But when he does start, though, Matt, it's. I mean,
I think what you get with Bergwijn is his work, and I think he knows positionally better than Moura, and he'll track back. Sometimes Moura's a bit questionable in that, and he can frustrate you because he's got all the pace. But it's that end product. I think Bergwijn does have a better end product. And I think Bergwijn's probably scored more this season.
I mean, and to me, I agree with you. I think Son...
But maybe even drop Son and play Bergwijn up front with Kane in a 3-5-2.
Son is just well off the boil.
He's what's well going on here? Mate, honestly. When he's through on goal.
He threw on goal yesterday.
And he cut in. He let Cody back in.
He cut into his left foot. Just hit it with your fucking right fucking foot, you fucking idiot.
I mean, how many times have we seen him score with his right foot? He's supposed to be good on both.
Yeah. Fuck me. I thought when he's in, I was like, go on, he's in. And he just cuts fucking
at least have a shot. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Oh my fuck me, God. Yeah. I mean, I just think he's well off the boil, mate. And when we say rebuild, refreshing up, I think these are the type of players that we should be.
You know, is that why teams don't go in for Son? They see something that we don't. Like his consistency, because maybe everyone's saying why is no top team come in for Son? I mean, you kind of have to question it at times.
I mean, we see it as Son. Oh, he's a lovely guy. You can't say nothing bad about Son and things like that. He's always.
I can question any player, mate. If I don't,
you have to question him. You really have to question him in a minute. Sentimental. You have to go out the window.
You have to look at the way he presses. It's lazy, mate. I haven't seen the proper press for him, and he should be. He's quicker than Kane, and he's probably got. But I'm seeing Kane put a lot more effort in terms of his runs forward, trying to take on 5 different players. He's driving us forward, trying to get us on the ball. I'm seeing Son go down the wing, do a couple of step overs, and Kane, and there's nothing coming in. He's not a winger. He's not a winger.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why we wanted that Diaz, because I think he would have maybe come in and played on the left wing in a 3-4-3 instead of Son. Controversial as that is.
Matt, any comments on that question? Would you sell Kane and Son to fund the rebuild in the summer? Was anyone come back with that one, Matt?
Well, we got a few, just comments. Zonal marking at its finest. Hypers replied, no way. Carl, they all looked well up for it. Haha. Tottenham for free. We are them players looking at the away fans. Lol. Alexander's put steak.
Steak, yeah. Valentine's steak.
Oh, Crocodiles. If there was a guarantee of the quality signing we need, then sell. But I just don't trust our recruitment.
Yeah, that's number one. That's why probably we've got Hitchin at the club now, mate. I think the things they're building forward now, mate, for the summer, and I think there's going to be a massive change. I really do upstairs, and I think that's the number one they're going to try and get right in this summer. This recruitment, trying to get the right players in for Conte, trying to get the right people in to attract these players, and yeah, me personally, I'll one or the other, or maybe both. But as you said, Matt, Kane ain't done nothing wrong really since Conte's come in. I think he has done really well. He's tried it. He's put some real good shifts in.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he hasn't had the players around him who's on the same level or the same form at the minute. You know what I mean? So,
and that's why he drops deep, because he gets frustrated and then he tries to do it all himself rather than just stay up front. Cards, but I don't think anyone will come in for Kane apart from United if Poch goes there, and Son needs to get his head back in the game. So he agrees with us with Son on from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Darren D, controversial, but I would have sold Kane a while ago. For me, he's too slow. I prefer the attack to be more quick and fluid.
Yeah, I see where Darren's coming from there. In years gone by, we've had quick attack in it. Spurs always been known as we're very quick on that attack, very quick players going forward, and it's scareful, pacey players. And over the probably year or two, Matt, slow down a bit up top, innit? We really ain't got them sort of guy or players like Aaron Lennon sort of type players, mate, who just runs at people.
I look at someone like Diego Costa when he was at that Chelsea team under Conte, and he had quick players around him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hazard, and Costa just had to be in the box or
just stiffen up. Yeah,
that's his job. That's his job, mate, and hold the ball up. And Kane's doing that at the moment.
Yeah, but he hasn't got the people around him to do.
Hyper, I think Harry Kane has openly spoken about leaving and about a move and the desire to start a new adventure or a new chapter. I think he wants.
That was before Conte come in. Since Conte's come in, mate.
We said that when Nuno came in. When Nuno came in, none of us were inspired by that manager.
Well, absolutely.
I think he's got his head back in the game. Alexander got an assist in the West Ham game. Bergwijn, so he scored and got an assist, didn't he? So, Hyper again. Some people say things would change with the new manager, but even with a new manager, Harry Kane, in my opinion, wants to try something new, and he has accepted it. He will go in the summer, in my opinion. Controversial.
I can't see Harry Kane going, but I just wanted to put it out there. Would you sell Harry Kane and Son?
If he does, thank him for everything he's done, and maybe it is his time, and we'll rebuild again.
Absolutely.
Brian Dimon, I'm seriously considering not renewing my season ticket. Sick of paying top dollar for this shambles we're being served up.
Absolutely, it's another one. We was speaking to on Facebook earlier.
I've sort of said to myself that I'm probably not going to go to any more games until next season now, because I work really hard and I'm not on ridiculous, we're not all rich, are we? So I want to spend my hard-earned money, being served up for that? Or do I maybe want to go out with the family or go out with the other half and show her, have a nicer time anyway? Maybe just watch the game at home or on TV.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see where you're frustrating there, Brian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These people pay top dollar, game in, game out, may go away as well. I mean, it is a shambles at the minute. But to me, Brian, it comes down to a lot of things, mate. It's not only Daniel Levy on the board. These players, come on, these players should be good enough to go and get a result at Southampton Wolves at home. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, I know what Matt said. These are good teams. No mugs, Southampton Wolves. They're good players, good. They set up well, very hard to break down. But we have got the team. We have got the talent. I mean, just disappointing the way we played, especially yesterday. Southampton, I thought it was all right.
We were all right. We put a shift in, didn't we? But
terrible just yesterday. It was terrible yesterday.
Yeah.
It was. And why does it take us to the second half to wake up against games? It always takes the second half. We never start games.
Too late. Actually, Oh, I mean, the only game I can think of is our Liverpool game. We started quite well, didn't we, in the 3-5-2? And I thought we started quite quickly against Brighton in the FA Cup.
Yeah, Brighton was brilliant. It's one of probably the best performances I've seen under Conte.
So it is there. It is there.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Simon, I went yesterday and left in the 85th minute. It was awful.
Simon, thanks for coming on, pal.
I think I would have left at half time, mate, to be honest, after that.
Well, do you know what? I would have went at flipping 30 minutes when he bang on flipping.
When they went 2-0 up, I was like, look, Wolves don't even concede a goal, let alone bloody two.
Yeah. I was saying to myself, let's get a goal before half time because I know we probably can get at least a point. And you know what? I'll take a point. You know what I mean? But
keep Romero, Dyer, Reguilon, Skip, Bentancur, Kane. Get rid of the rest of them.
Kulusevski, mate. I think this guy could be a good player.
He looked good on the ball yesterday. I thought he made a difference.
His technical ability, his first touch is a bit shame still. Matt, if he needs to sort that out. But I think he's too top heavy with Kulusevski. But I think he's a good player in him. Me personally, just need game time.
And he's only been here 2 weeks?
Absolutely.
You know, we gave certain players. Well, we've given still certain players about 5 or 6 years.
Absolutely.
Ben Davies, how long has he been in? How long has he been in for now? 10 years? 10 years.
Matt, it's players that have been there too long, far too long, mate. And you just go. Simple.
Last comment, Simon Stevens. Keep seeing Bale rumours flying about. Would it be a good move to bring him back in the summer? He's ahead of Mora for me. Lucas has nothing to offer if he's not on it, but Bale scores out of nothing.
Yeah, we should.
I think
bring him back this summer.
Apparently, it's up to Conte though. He gets the final decision.
Last summer.
Yeah, he gets the final decision, Conte. So for me, that tells me that he is being backed, and it's up to him if he wants him. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd have him. I think he is better than Mora. I think what he could offer, yes.
So the last thing before we go out, guys, is this the takeover. Matt, do you want to take that comment down off the screen, matey? It's the takeover bid. Me and Matt will keep hearing these possible takeovers in the club. And do we really think the club are serious about selling this club? We've heard that a very rich man's come in and bidded £3 billion, which apparently we don't know how true it is. It's been knocked back by the board in the club. How true is it? We don't know, Matt. Matt, do you think it's true? How serious do you reckon this board is to sell this club?
I think they are willing to sell it, but I think they're going to. I think if, from what I've heard from a person who I know, who's potentially inside the club, there's 8 different investors that have put in talks with Spurs. So if you're Joe Lewis or Daniel Levy, you're thinking, well, we've got 8 different investors here, but potentially you're going to go to the highest bidder, aren't you? So it almost turns into a bidding war. So this guy could have offered $3.5 billion, but maybe they're waiting to see what the others do. Maybe one will go 3.6, or do you know what I mean? So then it is a ball game, and if you're them, you want to sell it for as much profit as you can.
Because at the end of the day, mate, if the noises are coming out that it sounds like Lewis has probably told Daniel Levy, right, look for investors, look for a buyer now. I mean, and I really do think that. I think Joe Lewis has probably had enough now.
He's too old, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's probably thinking, do you know what, enough's enough. And I think with the Hitchin going out of the club, Matt, and with the rumours going around that the bid has been rejected by taken, I think there is. I would not be surprised. This is going to be a Mark Hughes Man City situation when in that summer transfer window. When Mark Hughes was appointed, and on the same day the takeover was agreed, and they went out and spent 2 or 3 massive players, with Robinho's coming and all that. Matt, I can see something along the lines happening at Spurs. I think they're gearing up. They're gearing up for a massitive summer, and we've been told this, Matt, before Christmas, before January.
By Fabrizio Romano, not some.
Yeah, that Fabrizio Romano, he's very good friends with Conte and his backroom staff and And he said that summer is the massive one. He's heard that summer is the massive window for Spurs. They're going to back him massively. To me, I just think, well, they haven't backed him massively in January. It's a hard transfer window, really. Are they going to do it? I just think, mate, that there is a takeover coming. I really do think there is a takeover coming. I think there have been naming rights going to be done to take out, and we're going to have so much money in the summer. I really do. What's happening? I think they're just getting ready now. They're getting ready and getting ready for a takeover. I really do, Matt. If they're inviting, and it looks like they are inviting people to come in and bid for Tottenham, Matt. Yeah. I think they are ready to sell.
And it's like you said, why did Levy go out to the Bahamas? Maybe it wasn't anything to do with the January window. Maybe it was to do with certain investors coming in, or Lewis going, look, I'm too old for this now.
Well, that was a question. That was one of the things, Matt. That was one of the rumours that why he's out there. There is 2 or 3 very interesting parts.
Or the other potential might be that they stay on, but you do have an investor coming in who's going to put money in to help them. It could be that as well. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So it could work either way, but I'd still say they are gearing up for a massive summer.
Yeah.
I really, really do. I think this is going to be a huge summer for Tottenham.
Well, I've just read an interesting stat about Eric Dyer in the Spurs team, going back to Hyper if he thinks he's not good enough. The last 10 Premier League games of Eric Dyer in the team, we've won 18 points. 5 wins, conceded 8 goals, and lost only twice.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's with Skippy as well.
No.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and that just goes to show on that point, Matt. I mean, he's an important player. And it's strange because we know that in the summer we can probably go and get better than him, like a De Ligt. He's probably available apparently at 60 million euros. I
watched him last night, though, and he wasn't fantastic.
No, but this example, I mean, Matt, what's out there in the market? I mean,
yeah. So well, I keep hearing De Vrij from Inter. Apparently, Conte wants him.
Yeah, and it looks like Kessie as well. There's loads of rumours at the minute saying Spurs are ready to beat Barcelona. So I think deals are going to get done from now to the end of the season with these free transfers. I really do. But me personally, Matt, I really do believe I think the ball is serious, mate. I think this club will be with new owners, or maybe, as you said, with new investors. Because I don't think with the board and Daniel Levy now can go into the summer and give Conte 200 million quid. I don't think they got it, Matt. I think they're looking for investors and naming rights. So I think that's going to be the pinnacle for the summer.
But I do think they could give him 100. Well, it's been done the last couple of seasons.
No, give him that, Matt. But I think it needs more than 100, mate. I think, do you know what? We can't say, do you know what? We'll give him a summer. We'll give him January. I think the summer, they've got to go out and give him at least 200, mate, minimum. Me personally.
Yeah.
I mean, but with player sales as well, Matt.
150 can do it. I think 150 can do it. But it's not going to be perfect even by the end of the summer, is it? Because there's still going to be not everyone gone, or you still can't get
because then he's got to fit him, then he's got to gel him. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be everything.
To be honest, we need about 14 different players in and probably 14 out.
Yeah.
You can't do that in one window. I don't think that's ever been done.
Absolutely. So Matt, you seriously think that the club could be sold?
Well, there was a lot of rumours the other day, wasn't there? I'm sure they're looking into it. We'll just have to wait and see. But if you're them, and this guy has bid $3.5 billion, and you've got other people waiting, they're going to see what they do. They're just going to wait, because it's business, and that's what you would do. If you had a business, Simon, and let's say I bid 10 million for your business, but you had about 9 different investors coming in, and you'd wait to see what their reaction is. How much do they want it?
Absolutely. And as you said there earlier, Matt, as well, Daniel Levy wants the right man, the right person to take over this football club before he goes. I mean, but who's saying that Daniel Levy's going to leave? Maybe Joe Lewis going to be, Daniel Levy could be stay on. You know what I mean? These new owners probably thinking, do you know what? he's not done a terrible. He's probably been Joe Lewis majority of the time, not releasing the money for Daniel Levy to release the money to the manager. You know what I mean? So to me, could Daniel Levy stay on? That's the other question you want to ask yourself. Could he stay on with his new owners? You know what I mean? So, but mate, I really do believe that the club is something's happened behind the scenes, mate. With, as you said, Steve Hitchen's gone now, mate. I think they are gearing up to get rid of some of the deadwood in the squad, the more of it in this summer, shaking up the recruitment side of it, and getting ready for someone to come in and take over.
Simon, we've looked at Conte's transfers over the years when he was at Inter Milan, when he was at Chelsea. He never spent ridiculous money on one single player. No. He bought players like
he spent 50 million at Inter, saying, I mean,
at Inter Milan, he bought Ashley Young and played him at left wing back when he was 30 years of age.
Yeah.
So it could be transfers like that where we're thinking, "Oh, Jesus!" But
Victor Moses. I mean,
so I know all these people just want, Dybala, Kessie, let's get loads of these players in. But we've got to be smart and sensible. I think we've got to buy a couple from the Premier League as well.
We don't want too many egos in there. Too many overpaid prima donnas who's going to do fuck all for the club. Do you know what I mean? And we want Premier League experience. I think we need to mix it up with the Premier League experience.
There's players around in the summer who are really low on their contracts, and there'll be a lot of teams going in for them, but get in there early and go and get it done.
So, Matt, before we go out, any comments on that one said in the club before we go out?
I love Kane, but this is Tottenham Hotspur, and world-class players have come and gone over the years. We move on and bring new in if he goes.
Yeah, absolutely, Cole.
Kulu will be fine and should be starting over Mora to get used to the pace of the Premier League.
Absolutely. It's what I keep saying about, not this situation, about any player like Brian, the Brian Hills and that. He's not given the chance. It's not like saying, we had one game, got pushed off the ball too much. Come on. You can't say it over one game. You know what I mean? These players need regular game time. So who's next?
I would just like someone with a decent cross.
Yeah, absolutely. You can take a free kick and take a corner as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Kulu looks like he's got a good left foot. Why can't he ever go at a free kick?
Yeah.
I definitely think something is going on, and I do think Lewis is interested and has had enough of owning us, but they want their money.
Yeah, absolutely, Cole. And I think they will get the money. I think they will get the money. I think there is some real rich guy out there.
I think he'll be an American, and I think he'll want to bring the Super Bowl to Spurs as well. I'm telling you, I think that's where this goes, and then maybe an NFL sort of franchise as well as football.
As long as it brings us success on the pitch, mate.
Yeah. Unless someone comes in and pays whatever it takes to take the club out of Enix's hands, I can't help but feel on edge about it. Better the devil you know sometimes.
Yes, Simon, absolutely. You've got to be careful what you wish for. That's the other saying, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Darren D, if club goes to another US buyer, nothing will change. It needs to be oil money, please. I don't agree with that, though. You look at Liverpool's owners, what they've done when they got money. Yeah, they're American. I mean, Man United since the
have they got the right ones? They've probably got the right ones. I mean, there is some dodgy ones out there. I'd rather have these Saudis and all that. It's got a ridiculous amount of money. Just come in and we just want to win if you're in Premier League and in our time. That's exactly what we want. I mean,
I want to get back to the Champions League first. Top 943, Levy won't sell to anyone. I don't agree with that.
It's not to Levy. He owns 26% of the club, and the rest of it's through Renick and Joe Lewis. So
if they're happy with it, they could just say, right, well, we'll just buy you out of your 26%.
Just buy out Daniel Levy, exactly.
Brian Dearman, why would anyone want to spend that sort of money buying the club when the team needs about 500 million investment on top of the buying price because of the potential of what it could earn? That's why.
That's it.
And then if they get the NFL on top of that and concerts and all that sort of stuff, it's money.
This stadium is going to earn so much money if they can bring proper success.
Yeah.
If you bring proper success, fans will come in, week in, week out. It's going to make so much money with as Matt said, with private events, the boxing events, the NFLs, the concerts. It's a ridiculous amount of what they can do with this football club. You know what I mean? And I encourage it as well. People say it should not be a flipping NFL or a concert flipping club. It should just be football. No,
It brings
more money the merrier. That's what I say.
Facts and stats. Sorry, I'm late to the show. Hope you're both well, Simon.
Facts and stats.
Yeah. What the hell is going on at the moment with these players lately? Well, we kind of spoke about it over the stream, but I mean, I suppose quickly, the quality is just not good enough. I think they're trying, and I think injuries have hit us in a bad way at the moment.
Absolutely.
Top 9 for free. Lewis has still got his son to take over, but Carl has come back with Lewis's son has already said he isn't really interested in taking over from Lewis.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which is another, potential twist, isn't it? Because if he said, right, son, you're going to take over, and he's gone, nah, I don't fancy that, he'll be like, well, I'll sell it then.
Yeah.
Hyper. The other potential reason was just to enjoy some break in the Bahamas with Don Lewis. No, he doesn't just go to the Bahamas all the time.
No, exactly.
Derek, apparently the offer was not good for the club. That is why Levy turned it down. They are asset strippers.
Okay, I don't know much about the offer. Obviously, it's $3 billion around that thing, but we'll see. We'll see, Derek. We'll see what happens.
It was $3.5 billion, but it's from a Wall Street investor, and I think Levy and them have said we don't really want Wall Street involved with the football club, which I don't think is a bad move, to be honest. Do you really want, that type of?
Yeah,
it's just another investment firm if you think about it. If it's to do with Wall Street.
Yeah, absolutely.
So. Tungi Ndombele transfer from Lyon to Tottenham for €62 million, one of the worst pieces of business ever.
Next one.
Yusuf, I think you guys are good. Oh, thank you, mate.
Yes, Yusuf.
Ashley Reed, cheers, lads. I'm off to season the stakes, up the Spurs, onwards and upwards. That's it.
Yes, Ashley.
The week's done. We move on.
You just go enjoy your evening, matey. That's
exactly. Just forget about the football. It's just going to be one of those seasons, and we're just going to have to suck it up.
We have to roll with it. You know what I mean? And Conte knows he has to try and just do his best now. Yeah. Try and get as high as up to the table as possible. You know what I mean? And if it's Europa League, it's Europa League. If it's Conference League, it's Conference League.
If it's not anything, then it's nothing.
Yeah.
Just get on with it.
Absolutely.
Alexander Hilton. Hello, Alexander. It was $3 billion, but Lewis wanted 3.2. I think that's like a joke, potentially. I'm guessing. Yeah. Tony Morris. Hi, mate. Hope you and family are well. Are you going to congratulate us on being World Club champions?
Hey, Tony. Oh, Jesus Christ. Long time no talk. You're a Chelsea fan. Mate, congratulations. I'll say congratulations, yeah. But it's just another community shield, isn't it? You're playing you're playing no ones, isn't it? Probably his lawyers. They're not popular full-time footballers, are they? Who they're playing against. I mean, but
they took them to extra time, though. They took them to extra time.
Yeah, absolutely. Fair play to you, Tone. I mean, you won everything now. You know what I mean, so yeah. Tony, I hope you're well. I hope you're all your family well, mate.
Nice to meet you, Tony.
Absolutely.
Last comment, Carl. I think Levy was right to turn down that offer. It looked a little ropey. I think I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. We need someone with proper money. So, guys, thanks for everyone who's joined the chat. We've had so many people in here today. Make sure you smash the like going out, guys. Make sure you share this you share this channel out, guys, to the family and friends. We're still on to 1K. We haven't dropped any subs. We haven't moved up any subs, so that's good. So people still liking what we do.
We've had good viewers in today. I think at one point we had 25, which is
it hasn't dropped below 20, Matt. So yeah, it's just dropping now. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so it's really good. So it's looking really good out there, guys. Me and Matt will start doing some regular stuff again when we're available, and that is it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're both busy, and if we're available, we'll go and do something. You know what I mean? So as I said, we're under 260 yard away from 1K subs. It will help massively to the channel. Do you know what I mean? So,
but let us know, guys. I suppose if you like this sort of afternoon sort of show, because if it's something that works for both of us in the future, maybe one day in the week we could to have a recap overall. I quite like doing a recap when I've calmed down a lot more. I don't know about you, Simon.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just think about things more and let it kind of yeah.
And sometimes I really want to just get on to say what I've got to say.
There is.
And especially when you play like the likes of Arsenal, when you beat them, you can't wait 2 days.
Oh, no.
You've got to get straight on there. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's different. It's just different ways, isn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, so we will try and bring as much content as possible, guys. But be patient with us. But make sure you smash that like, guys, going out, and just get all your family and friends to subscribe. And if you're new to there's a few new ones in there today, guys, coming off Facebook and that. Subscribe to the channel, guys. It costs nothing. It costs zero. It costs nothing. Literally zero. Just all you have to do is hit the subscribe, and it helps the channel get to 1K, and hopefully start having super chats and things like that. So we can grow. We can grow the channel. So we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for everyone. Thanks, Carl, and all that. There's so many of you in there. Absolutely. Cole's always a regular. Brilliant.
Yeah, he is brilliant. Everyone's brilliant on there, and it's been great to actually come back, and it's quite. I think we needed. Well, I think we timed that break really well, to be honest, Simon. But I do feel a lot more refreshed, and it is good. But work's been crazy, but we're both starting to slow down a little bit now, so we'll try our best. But I'm just going to read the last few comments out.
Yeah.
Carl says, "Great show, gents." Tony's put, "Fair play, mate. Take care. We miss you at Ealing."
Yeah. Oh, that job, brilliant. I missed it. I do miss it, Tone.
Then we've got Carl again. "Life comes first, gents. Just look forward to the content when it comes. Love the early start. Perfect timing for me."
That's it, Carl. Nice one, pal.
Top 943. "Great show, lads."
Nice one, pal.
"Facts and stats. Cheers, chaps. Take care both, and catch you soon. And as always, come on, you Spurs."
That's it.
And Hyper's just put the thumbs up.
Yes, Hyper. You do wind us up with this where you are with a Roma, Mourinho, but big up to Hyper. So that's it then, guys. So as I said, make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, guys. And we'll leave you with this one more time, guys. I know everyone wants to repeat, but there we go. Come on, you Spurs. Seriously. And enjoy your evening, guys. Happy Valentine's to everyone else out there who's celebrating it. And there we are.